Hey, so it's in here somewhere. Aha, here it is. 9-year-old Trader Joe's Vintage Ale and 6 years out of date. Still good? Every year, Trader Joe's brew a vintage ale. The beer is a dark Belgian ale that differs slightly from year to year. It's brewed under contract by Unibrew in Quebec, Canada, and the bottle claims it's brewed on lees. And what the heck is on lees? Well, that's commonly a winemaking term, but effectively just means it's bottled conditioned. Trader Joe's recommend aging the beer up to 3 years and add a best before date that expires at that point. So, well, how does a beer fare that's 6 years after that? I've bought a 2021 bottle, so let's compare that to the 2012 vintage. To try these two beers, I have assembled a esteemed tasting panel. So we have Norm from, well, many different beer tastings.
Right.
And then Carl, you're a member of the Ghana Ale Society?
That's right.
So you know a thing or two about brewing. And we've been talking about doing a tasting for, well, a long time, right?
Too long.
Yeah, I think back in the old bedsheet brick wall days. Obviously, I've been planning this for the last 9 years. Absolutely not the case that I just found this at the back of the cupboard. And this is new, 2021. This is 9 years old, but they are bottle conditioned. But it does have a best before date, and I didn't tell either of you guys this ahead of this, but
I'm afraid I can see it.
yes, it expired in 2015, so it's 6 years expired.
All right. Is there a recommended temperature
Yes.
for serving these?
Yes, there is, around 53 degrees.
Okay.
I've had these just sat out of the fridge for about an hour. Carl, did you want to try opening this guy?
We can give it a go.
You could feel this one immediatty as soon as they start. Oh,
no!
we're gonna need a
And I'm
bottle
never
opener.
invited back again. You got the bottom.
Yep. There we
Hey.
go. All right. Well done.
Not even any cork bits.
Well done. Well done. We should all be able to get a good tasting out of that.
All right, so carbonation-wise, they're both carbonated,
They are.
but clearly one more than the other.
I want to say that the new one seems a tad brighter.
Okay, well, let's see if we can get anything just on the aroma for this.
Oh man.
Completely different.
Oh, totally different. A completely different beer.
I'm getting a lot of raisin on the older one.
Raisin is spot on this one. Yeah,
really?
on the older one, raisin is spot on. Now, I'm assuming that these beers have the same mash bill and everything, despite being, so far apart.
Each year is slightly different, but very similar. So this beer, it should be sort of like a Belgian quad style, really, just a little on the darker side from that, I think. Okay, so let's try the 2021, the new beer, first, so we can sort of see how it's supposed to taste.
Okay,
when
that's
it's
a good call.
fresh. Very carbonated, like bubbles, tasting.
A lot of mouthfeel.
Yeah.
The flavors are fairly mellow on the new one. They really are.
I would like to say surprisingly mellow. Definitely a little boozy, a little heavy, but I was, based off the nose even, expecting more of like a acidic kind of pop to it.
Right.
The Homebrew Challenge legal department would like to remind you that drinking the next beer is at your own risk. That being said, should we give this a try?
I think we should.
Give it a go.
Yeah.
It's a completely different experience.
Yes. Okay, so let's break this down.
Okay.
Way less carbonation.
Way less.
I think it's delicious, to be honest.
It is very good. Yep.
Smooth. It's more what I was expecting. Not a beer you're gonna chug, but a sipper, especially as it warms up, that's delicious.
But it is the lack of carbonation makes the drinking experience of this one so much different than this one. This I know isn't planned, but I'm going to change things up here a little bit if you don't mind. Could we maybe get a third glass and combine the two and see what a mix of the old one and the new one would taste like? So I'm going to pour a little bit of this in there. Oh man, I'm going to say the sum is greater than the parts. It's amazing that the best of this one and the best of this one is what you get here. That there's no conflict between the two. You don't lose anything from either one either.
I think that's fantastic, and it
That
tastes so
really
much fresher,
is
doesn't
wonderful.
it?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good mix.
Maybe aging them for 3 years would be the optimal, like
Right.
it says on the bottle.
Yep.
But if you happen to find one lying around, mix it with a newer one, and you have got a delicious beer.
And the Best By date, completely ignore that. if you find one in the back of the closet somewhere and the Best By date's gone by some, I think you can safely enjoy that beer without too much concern.